Hello everyone, it's Stray Faye here with another episode of Olympia Soiree. Alright, we're finally getting a date with Kuroba. I feel like it's in a very slow romance, but yeah, we're finally getting a dinner date. First we have to deliver some letters though before it starts. And what else happened last episode? There's a little bit of headway with the research into Haku. Which seems to be like an integral part of this route. We got some, was it Shinimizu? The Death Water down in the spring where Yomi is at. Very neat that like got to go down there with like the love interest. It seems like Yomi is like a pretty private person. Alright, so let's begin the next chapter, The Man of My Life. I hope I have some letters today. As I walked, approaching Kunado, Riku was immediately recognizable. Oh, hi. Good morning. Aren't you getting tired of your deliveries? Hi, Riku. I kind of noticed about, like, Riku. We rarely see him. Like in this route and in the last route, I feel like we've seen like the other characters a lot more often. Like in Tokisada, like Yusugi and like Kuroba and Akaza are just kind of like there in the background giving advice. But yeah, like Riku is just like nowhere to be found. So it's kind of nice to get to like actually talk to him a little bit. Not at all. On the contrary, I'm more motivated than ever to keep doing them. I showed him my permit to go through when... young blue man. Oh, is Lady Olympia actually going to Yomi? Yes, I am. I've been like coming here like every day. I guess it's like only been like a week. Maybe the guard hasn't like changed that often. You don't belong there. That's a place for criminals and those of undesirable colors. Are you just gonna take that? You can't talk to me that way. But you just returned from Yomi. Oh, okay, this isn't a guard. This is like probably someone going down there for pleasure. I was just having a look around. After all, it's useful to see the ugly side of things. Ugly? I am in a hurry. Please excuse me. Please wait, Lady Olympia. You just stay away from Yomi. Alright, you're just gonna show me your stellar personality and then tell me to do something. Alright. Yomi's full of filth, you know. You shouldn't have to look at the black class and Versi class. You have a noble mission to uphold. What'll happen if you end up catching those hideous colors while you're down there? Riku, I hope you don't share the same mindset as your fellow compatriot of young blue man. Why you? Grr. Then I'll be responsible for her protection. Huh? Oh, I actually can't see it like we've only seen like really bad sides of Riku. Now, shall we, Olympia? Hey Riku, don't get in my way! What, you think you're like gonna try to raise up Olympia after like telling her like the hobby that she's doing is like ugly? Yeah, way to get a girl to like you. That is not my intention. However, it is one of my duties to ensure her safety. Now excuse us. Riku gently pushed my back towards Yomotsu Hirasaka. Okay. Opinion of him going up. I shall be taking my leave now. Upon reaching the bottom, he bowed his head and turned on his heel. I quickly grabbed onto the long strap that hung from his waist. Like, wait! I want to talk to you a bit more. Oh my god. It's like the most words that like I've ever encountered from Riku. Wait! Thank you very much! I did not do anything. I was merely fulfilling my role. But you saved me! Aone's neighbor told me everything. Oh. Well, I suppose your brazen position-defying meddling is doing some good to others. Oh, he's blushing. Okay. Riku! This is Kuroba's route, though. No blushing in this route. Even so, I cannot condone your continued presence down in Yomi. You will encounter the same people as you did a moment ago. I'll be careful. Excuse me. He didn't make a very good first impression, but I guess he really isn't a bad person after all. I mean, that's figured. Like, once we do his route, he's probably gonna be, like, all uppity in his, like, higher class. We're gonna learn. We're gonna learn more about him. If I recall correctly, he'll be choosing a partner based on families who have produced the most children of the blue. I suppose that's one way to preserve color on this island, but not for love. As I thought absent-mindedly, I heard a faint groan nearby. Huh? Wait, could that be... someone dying? Oh, Asuha! Oh no! Is someone, like, hurting you? Asuha! I found Asuha against the wall, writhing in pain. Who did this to you? I hope it wasn't the young blue man. Blood was trickling down his cheeks, knees, and arms. What the? We need to get you to a doctor! Don't worry. I get hurt easily. I just got in a fight with friends, so... I'm fine, really. You got into a fight? I'm feeling someone from the surface probably came down here just to beat him up just because... something didn't feel right at all, but I was reluctant to question him. So don't hesitate to talk to me if you feel sick. I'm a very good doctor. I should have him see Kuroba. Is he down here at the moment? It's not like we can't take Asuha up with us. His face immediately came to mind, but then... I can't take Asuha to the surface, but I don't have enough time to send for Kuroba. I would just send her to the bathhouse. Yusugi would probably help us out. After thinking for a bit, I looked into Asuha's eyes. You know, I'm actually pretty good at tending to wounds. Can I take a better look? I don't want your cuts to get infected. Really, sis? Look here, this one's really bad. We should make sure we wash them all properly. Where? Let's see. Why don't we go to the bathhouse? Yeah, there'll be some clean water there. We don't have to go there. Really. He's trying to hide something? Something still doesn't feel right, but I need to tend to him first. You don't want to worry Yusoga and the others, right? How about I just get some water from there instead? You'll get a good scolding from Kuroba if he finds you like this. Huh? I'm sorry if that sounded threatening. Well then, as long as Yusuga doesn't see. Alright, let's go. Oh, would his wrath come out? Now then, let me wash your wounds. It may sting a little. I'll be fine. I was lucky to find Camellia outside, as if she's not gonna report it to Yusuga. She brought me some water, which I was using to wash off the dirt from his wounds. I used to get hurt a lot, too. You did? I can't believe it. I always tripped and fell over things before, so whenever I got hurt, I always relied on this. Oh, flour? I I picked the Iroha flower off my cap and gave it a good twist before applying it to Asuha's wound. Oh, is it like some sort of like herbal remedies just like in her hair? Also use it for tea or for finding your soulmate. This flower works wonders on open wounds. Wow, does it really? Is it better than Dr. Kuroba's medicine? Heh, who knows? But I would bet this medicine works better. Or his medicine. Asuha was such an adorable child. Which was another reason I couldn't fathom where he would have gotten his injuries from. Let me cast a special magic spell to help you heal quickly. Flower power! In this hour, vanquish all sorrow and heal Asuha by tomorrow! Whoosh! Wow. Nobody's treated me like this before. I didn't think, like, Vyaka had that in her to, like, start spouting flower power. Asuha stared at the Iroha flower in my hand. Sis? How come you're so white? Okay, you don't ask people that. It's just a child. I asked Dr. Kuroba and Yoshoga about the white class before, but being white all over doesn't mean you're sick, right? If you are, you gotta hurry and have the doctor take care of you. Okay, we'll have Kuroba get some color for us. I looked down at the ends of my hair. Oh, hi cat, bye cat. You're skidding across the wood floor. She has the zoomies. Well, I guess being this white would make some people think I was afflicted with Haku. Oh, I'm not sick. In fact, I'm so healthy that I've never been to the hospital before. Really? I'm glad that you're healthy. Oh, but Dr. Kuroba always tells us to get our shots. Did you get yours already? How about checkups? Well, I've never had a checkup, so... Oh, opportunity to have Kuroba give us a checkup? That's no good. You should ask Dr. Kuroba to give you one. You're right. Well, all done. Alright, well, it's gonna be awkward if he starts dating his patient, though. Wow, thank you so much. Be careful, you hear? No more getting hurt. No. Suddenly, Asuha turned his face away from me as if frightened. Wait. Is someone abusing him? I mean, I thought that was obvious, but yeah, I don't know if it's like... We don't know if it's just like a recurring person or just like some rando that just comes down from the surface every now and then. It had been some time since I found him, and the bruising over his skin was spreading and darkening. The only way he could have sustained those injuries if he had been hit by force. It doesn't look like any child could wound him this badly. Yeah, this is like the job of adults. Can you keep this a secret from Dr. Kuroba? You're so good too. Why? I don't want to bother the grown-ups. I'll feel so bad if like something happens to him though, and like we don't say anything. I see. Alright, it'll be our secret. I'm sorry, Asuha. I made a promise that I planned on breaking. Yeah, this is a promise. This is a promise that we shouldn't keep. Like, let's tell someone with a little bit of power. See if someone can help him. But I couldn't just leave him be. Promise? Oh, and also... about what Hairi said before. I'm sorry. Huh? Oh. Anyway, please don't talk to Asuha again. I bet you think we're scum. You don't need to fake being so nice to us. I'm not angry or anything, but he does worry me a bit. Is violently angry at everyone, even if they have goodwill. Just no trust in anyone. Harry hates people on the surface, but he's a really nice guy. You two sounded like you were brothers, but are you really brothers? Maybe not by blood, but they're in the same situation together. Asa shook his head. We were just raised together at the orphanage. I see. If you get along with Harry, it'll prove to him that there are good people on the surface. Doc and Yashoga were raised here, so they're not very convincing. Okay, I'll have a chat with him when I see him. Great. Well, I better get going. See you. Easier said than done. Harry's not the most agreeable person. Asaha, wish me luck so I can befriend him. Oh, you wanna see Tsukiyomi? Tsukiyomi? Oh, okay, he's here.
Oh, you are alone today.
I used my Iroha flower to tend to someone's wounds. Do you have a fresh one available?
You are lucky. Perhaps it was because we spoke yesterday that I began to miss Tenyo Island. I traveled there by boat last night and gathered some Iroha flowers. Let me fetch you one.
The Tokyo Mushi that was on him fluttered onto me. Shinimizu. I hope it helps him find a cure. As I was looking around at my surroundings, Tsukiyomi returned with an Iroha flower in hand.
Now, my dear child, raise your head. I shall set it.
He gently smiled and affixed the flower to my cap.
So, who was injured?
A child in Yomi. Kuroba wasn't around, so I tended to his wounds.
I see your experiences in falling upon the sand and cutting yourself on the corals have aided you.
They did. Tsukiyomi, can I ask you something? Can't I go back to Tenyo Island? Is there no way you'd take me with you?
I suppose. When Amaterasu desires your return.
That again? Forget I even asked. Okay. I thought before he didn't take us because it was like too dangerous. Aohito. Going through my memories. This is Kaina's roommate? Lady Olympia! Oh? As I was returning to Kanado, I was approached by Aohito. I must have caused you some discomfort the other day. Please forgive me. I wish to apologize and thank you again for your service. Oh, his mother died, right? Like, he's been going through a lot. There's nothing to apologize for, but I'm glad you called out to me again. And Shoujo is rather worried. Ah. He is concerned that his father refused his letter and that it's causing you trouble. You must know his father very well. It's no trouble at all. But he is right that his father hasn't accepted the letter yet. But I'll do what I can to make sure he takes it. Could you please let him know that could you please let him know to give me a little more time? You get like Jigen just to strong arm him. Aohito nodded deeply before continuing. Shoujo had never intended on injuring anyone from the start. From what I've heard, the man from the blue was ridiculing Shoujo's, red heritage. And the yellow and the blue were given special powers, whereas the red was given nothing. And those of the cursed red should not be allowed any pride. Them fighting words. That was all he needed to begin the fight. Truthfully, my reasons for being here are similar, though it began somewhat differently. Really? Aohito doesn't look like someone who would start a fight. I appealed to the military to abolish executions, but they threatened me with execution instead. That's terrible. It's like, oh, like, you go through, like, the legitimate means, like, alright, I want to protest, I'm gonna petition, and then they just throw you in jail. It's like tyranny there. That was the first time I've ever hit someone. I was infuriated, but beyond belief back then. Okay, alright, so it wasn't just like he said something, he actually hit someone. Lord Akaza of the Kodawari interceded, sparing me from execution, so I was exiled here for treason instead. Wow, just from, like, hitting someone. It's like you step a toe out of line, let your emotions, like your emotions boil over just a little bit. My father passed away from Haku when I was a child. My mother raised me herself, which was no doubt a great source of pain. I was powerless and could do nothing to make a difference in this world. But Lady Olympia, seeing you has restored my strength. Me? I was so happy to hear that you started your delivery service. You thought about the people on this island and took to action. You said you couldn't be of any help, but you delivered me a memento of my mother. Aohito gripped the beautiful pocket watch in his hand. I watched you on stage only once before when I was exiled to Yomi. And to be honest, I rather feared you. But I've learned my lesson now to distrust rumors. I chuckled inside. I had a feeling I would hear this often. Continuing your service may cause further unpleasantness, but I can only hope you'll continue steadfast and strong. Of course I will continue. I'd be grateful if you would tell others about my service too. I'm glad. You can trust me. Kaina, Shoujo, and I'll spread word of it at the dormitory. No, it's like, they're like all three color classes, right? Kaina's of the yellow, Shoujo's of the red, like Aohito of the blue. Like, no, they're all coexisting and being friends. Alright, back to the Sundial Plaza. It was early afternoon. I don't have any letters to deliver, but getting to talk to Aohito was good enough. It's almost 3 o'clock. Oh my, time for the date! After looking at the sundial's face, I looked more closely at a nearby clock. He said he'd show me around the island, but where exactly is he planning on taking me? I wasn't very familiar with Tengu Island at all. Anywhere he would take me would likely be a great surprise. Look, it's Lady Olympia! Did you read the latest paper? Ah, uh-oh. From the looks of it, she and Lord Nagusa must have already set a date for the wedding. Oh, it's so unfair, but I guess they'd look good together, so I give up. Resident, you never had a chance. You don't even have a portrait. Wait, I'm not... I was about to stand up from the bench when... Okay, they got his super Kuroba. I was afraid Nagusa was gonna pop up. Oh, he doesn't have his lab coat on. Look at that. Look at that snazzy vest. A little bit ruffled. Like very loose tie. Gotta show off his little chest. Sorry for the wait. Gasp. His civilian clothes. What the? You're not wearing your lab coat today? Though it was unfortunate that he wasn't in his usual lab coat, his current outfit was just as nice. I took it off since I'm not working. It's like, but you're always wearing it. It's your little trademark outfit. I see. I looked at my own clothes. Is it strange to wear the same thing all the time? It's like your only outfit. You just have copies of it. I've already got a carriage ready. Let's go. Right. Have you ever been to the waterfall on this island? A waterfall? I didn't know there was one here. I thought so. I'm taking you there then. Oh, or like, oops. Okay, I was like, I pressed a button. Not sure what I pressed. Okay. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to like force skip anything. I love waterfalls. There were small ones all over Tenyu Island, and I used to swim. Oh, we can think about swimming in our swimsuits or without swimsuits. You're thinking of it again, my body. Okay, just gonna say it out loud. Saying the quiet part out loud. Not at all. So you dove into the ocean and played in the waterfalls on Tenyu Island. What else? Well, I climbed trees, picked flowers, and read books that Tsukiyomi brought to me. Ah, I see. So Tsukiyomi was your first teacher? I guess so. He did teach me writing and arithmetic. So the most important man to you is Tsukiyomi? What do you mean? Don't get jealous. He's like a father figure. Exactly what I said. I thought I told you before that he's like family to me. I'm asking you if he's the most important man in your life. Oh, are you getting jealous? You getting jealous of like my pseudo father? The most important man? Do you want to be the most important man? Let's be honest. Be honest with your feelings, Kuroba. I repeated what he said. Let me ask differently. Who is the most precious man to you? Doma of the Yellow? Absolutely not. like we hate him. He's so mean to us. Then who? Do you want it to be you? You gotta be more forthright with like what our relationship is then. You seem to be like kind of skirting a relationship. You want it to be you. Tsukiyomi, Doma, Akaza, Riku, Tokisada, Yosoga. Okay, we're just every guy. Nagusa, Kanon, Kaina, that guy Himika. Who else? I'll throw in Lord Fuso too. Just throw in the old man too. Well, yeah, also I've not seen Himika in a while. But yeah, like I just like throws in all the love interests. I wouldn't even think Riku. Like, why mention Riku? We like barely talk to him. Who among them is the most precious to you? You didn't put yourself in there though. You didn't add yourself to the list. Tsukiyomi, Doma, Akaza, Riku, Tokisada, Yosoga, Nagusa, Kanon, Kaina, and Himika. Well, we could just remove Nagusa and Kanon, because like they're just plain terrible people. Just hiding behind their class. But yeah, everyone else is all Doma. Oh, we don't know Doma too well. I feel like he's mean, but I still feel like he's going to be important for Byakuya. But yeah, like regardless, he's still very mean and quite verbally abusive, so probably not him. Their names and faces came and went in my mind. Wait, is he testing me? Let's not play games here, Kuroba. certain name wasn't on the list. Kuroba. Yeah, that's what I thought. He, like, listed every single guy out there, and it's like... But he didn't include himself. My heart is beating so hard that it hurts. Let's see. The correct answer is... Are you forgetting someone? Aren't you forgetting someone? Ooh. You forgot to add your name to the list. Sorry. Throw my name in too then. What's the right answer? What can I say that will really let him know how I feel? There was no one else in the carriage besides us. I was suddenly afraid that he might hear my heart racing. Everyone is precious to me, including you. You have all been so helpful. I wanted to say it was him, but I couldn't muster the courage to do so. Exactly the words I expected from Olympia. But yeah, but what does Byakuya think? Just as I looked down at my lap, the carriage came to a stop. We're here. Okay, well, Show Falls. It's a common date place, I guess. What? Are all these... show? I gulped, looking at the sight spread out before me. Various colors glimmered beneath the waters from the light reflecting off the show. Yes, these are definitely show. Before Lord Doma suggested using Yomi's show to feed the sun, they were tossed here. But even now, some colors are still thrown away. Kuroba bent a knee down into the water to pick up a small show. This is... us. The black class. Black is the color of darkness, and darkness is an abomination to those who honor the sun.
But the name refers to the hideous black mud found beneath dead waters.
It was only recently that children with black traits have been born. Roughly 40 years ago. And it was just about a year ago that it was officially recognized as a color class. Before that, it was long disputed whether black could even be considered a color. So it's no wonder that you didn't know much about us from the black class. He tossed the black shell back into the water, sending ripples across the surface as it sank to the bottom. The first child born with black hair and eyes gave everyone a shock. They said an evil color like that would no doubt curse Tengu Island. But it ended up saving them from Haku. Like, the treatment for Haku is using like the black class's blood. So they took care of it in secret, according to the hospital records. Oh no, did they just like... they got rid of that child? How terrifying. I couldn't help but look away in shock. But more children were born with the same attributes, and soon one doctor decided to take samples of their blood. That led to the discovery of Ne, the cure for Haku. I guess I was lucky since if I had been born earlier, I wouldn't have lived. How terrible. Lord Hiriko and the sun don't want Black Show. They're not even wanted for the shrine either. Most people, especially the primary classes, hate the black class. The exception would be Lord Jigen, who actually talks to us. He probably didn't want to talk to me anyway. Memories of when I went to the Blue District with Akaza and Kuroba came to mind. So what he meant back then was... Well, we're nothing if not resilient. That's why our numbers are increasing in Yomi. I mean, yeah, they're probably living while everyone else is just dying of Haku. That's how that works. Like, they have the stronger genetics. So now, oh, hi cat. Okay, all right. You're just gonna walk across the desk and jump back down. All right. What was the point of that cat? So now the black show here are just extras from the abundance of show used for research. He's talking so nonchalantly, but I can only imagine what he had to go through to get to where he is now. Yeah, he had to claw his way to the top. Look how white she is. She's so creepy. It's good that you're resilient. Mentally and physically, you're all a healthy bunch, right? Right you are. Being healthy is the most important thing. I can finally appreciate what he said to me back when we first met. He's been like this from the very beginning. I wasn't sure whether I should bring you here or not, but you are the inquisitive type. I crouched down beside him and picked up another black show from the water. I won't deny that I'm scared of the dark. I also think I don't belong in a world where the sun doesn't shine. So I understand people's fear of the dark. But I stared at the show in my hand. I mean, they can't exist without the other, right? Like, what? If light exists, then dark has to exist as well. But you taught me that the blood from those in the black class is used to cure Haku. Yeah, like, it's like, not all, like, they're not bad, like, they're not dirty. And, yeah, they actually have, like, a strength to them. It's exactly the color this island needs. He didn't say a word. He quietly smiled and gave me one small pat on the shoulder. Oh, okay, we're at this cafe. Amato Cafe. Wow, this place is so beautiful. I'll see it in the evening. I wondered who in the world came up with the idea of building something like this in a cave. The light of the setting sun painted the red parasols an even deeper hue. The food here is pretty good. I recommend the grilled fish with passion fruit sauce. Passion fruit? Are they the same as the passion flowers that grow around Sundial Plaza? The fruit from it? Did you know they're edible? I thought so, but the flowers actually bear fruit? I never saw them in any of the books I read. The ones in the plaza are used for decoration, but you can find wild ones a little further down the shore that bear fruit. Really? I'll try some next time I visit the beach. Kuroba placed an order with the waiter, and a short while later our drinks were served. Oh, here's passion soda. Mine's rum. I got some alcohol. The adult here. Passion soda, a tart drink made of soda water and passion fruit juice, sometimes topped with ice cream. This is like a reference to like Olympia soda. Rum, why is the rum gone? A liquor made from sugarcane molasses. It's very strong with an alcohol proof of around 40%. Showing how adult he is. It's so cute. I've never seen a drink topped with a flower before. And is a rum drink made from sugar canes? I could tell his drink was liquor by the smell. Exactly. Molasses is made when sugar canes refined into sugar. Fermenting it results in rum. Pretty strong. So this is something you can enjoy later when you're older. Okay. Is the drinking age 21 here? I can't wait! Still thinks of her as like a child. Well then, cheers. Gasp. His voice sounded closer and sweeter than usual. My body tensed up in response. I hate this. I'm so nervous in front of him. The orange soda in my round glass bubbled up at the top. The reflection of Kuroba's face in it looked happier than usual. Thank you for waiting! Oh, here we go. Oh, look at that spread. Look at all those delicacies. A lot of variety. Before I knew it, all sorts of dishes I've never seen before filled up the table. Lots of seafood. Everything looks delicious. Well, dig in. Alright. I'll try this first. The sauce was orange in color, just like my drink. I scooped some sauce into what looked like a scallop and ate it in one bite. How wonderful! The sauce had a light tartness to it that blended well with the sweet savory scallop. Haha, that's a nice sight. I'm sorry. I'm being a glutton, aren't I? It was a compliment. Really? I quickly took a sip of my passion soda to hide my embarrassment. We rarely have food like this at the manor. The last time I remember having such fancy dishes was when I was taught dining etiquette. They say different colors like different foods. I have to admit, I never knew passion fruit had this kind of subtle tartness. It also tastes great as jam or an ice cream. Works wonders in liquor, too. Passion flower ice cream? There's so many delicious foods I've never tried before. I thought the same thing when I first went to the bathhouse. I cut a large, curled-up shrimp and popped it into my mouth. I savored it slowly before setting my fork down. This sauce tastes wonderful. I wouldn't mind coming here again and... Oh, second date, please? Oh. CG. This is weird. It's just like, boop. Do I have something on my face? Okay. First CG of like us getting closer together. You got a little sauce on ya. Oh, don't lick it. It's like an indirect kissy. It's embarrassing. Yeah, this sauce is good, alright. Don't just lick it. If you like it so much, we can come here again. Bold moves, Kuroba, and yet you're still not confessing. Tsubyaki is like, doesn't know what to say either. What's the matter? You! I wiped the sauce off your lip, and then you licked your finger. Well, yes, thank you. I'm really sorry for, I'm sorry for being so messy. Don't worry about it. Oh god, need some water. This is embarrassing. And after everything my governess went through to teach me about proper dining etiquette. Yeah, now he's licking sauce off my face. That's not proper etiquette. I need to control myself. I have to make sure I'm well behaved. Oh my, getting heated here. Gonna forget your etiquette. I glanced at Kuroba, who was sitting and drinking his rum as usual. maybe he's a little drunk. Got a little boldness. Just a small moment of boldness. Sauce on my lip. I bet he thought of me just now as a child. Suddenly, Asa's face came to mind. That's right. We've been We've been getting all romantic here. Let's change the subject to poor beaten child. I promise not to tell Kuroba, but I'm sorry. Kuroba, I know this is a strange time for it, but could I ask you something?
What is it?
It's about Asaha. I found him injured earlier today, so I tended to his wounds. I asked him how he got hurt, and he told me he got into a fight with his friends. But he asked me to keep a secret from you and Yosoga. Something about not wanting to bother the grown-ups. Oh no. He set his glass down roughly on the table before letting out a deep sigh.
You mind if I say something that might spoil your appetite?
Go ahead.
It was no kid's fight. I suspect he was beaten by someone from the surface.
Yeah, I mean, that much seemed obvious. I instinctively bit my lip. That was just what I was afraid of.
Asaha's a smart kid. He knows Yosoga and I would know right away how he got hurt. That's why he asked you to keep it a secret. Well, guess he didn't expect you to be kind enough to break your promise.
I smiled and took another sip of my soda.
I've been talking to Yosoga and Akaza about these incidents. If they eventually lead to murder, I'm sure the military will take action.
Yeah, but by then, like, it'll be too late. Like, that person will be dead.
Then again, it's not enough evidence to show them a Yomi kid or two got beat up by some passerby with a temper.
What did he mean by that? I hesitated from asking at first, but I needed to make sure. Are you saying that because Asaha has color traits not favored by people on the surface?
You've been getting along with Masuhana, right? You ever notice she's well-mannered for someone raised in Yomi?
Now that you mention it.
She used to work at the bathhouse, taking orders as a seamstress. She learned a lot about the basics of etiquette and customer service, and she was happy working there with the Yosoga and Camellia.
Oh, alright,
But one day a drunken shithead forced her into his room and tried to rape her.
What?
He thought he could get away with it because she was unsightly.
I felt rage slowly climbing up my back. I would have thrown water on that man's face and cursed him with all my might.
Of course, Yosoga banned him from the bathhouse, but Masuhana was too afraid to work there anymore.
I quickly wiped angry tears from my eyes.
It's impossible to assume we can change how everyone on the surface thinks. You see that, don't you?
Yes.
So me, Akaza, and everyone at the Kodawari are trying to change that very mindset. We can't allow that hate to fester and grow.
My fingers around my drinking glass were stiff. What I just heard gave me a glimpse into who he really was. He may act playful and tease others, but behind that smile was determination and a strong will. Stop it already. Don't make me like you anymore.
So I'd appreciate it if you stayed good friends with Asaha, Masuhana, and the rest.
You don't have to worry. I already consider them precious friends.
That's great.
Oh, poor Masuhana. I didn't know she went through that.
Well, if you ever find someone hurt, do what you can. After all, I'm not always in Yomi.
Leave it to me. I use this white flower of mine as a salve. I applied a bit on onto Asa's wound.
Wait, that's an Iroha flower, right? I heard they're only found on Tenyo Island.
I think so. I heard from Tsukiyomi that the flower doesn't take root on Tengu Island soil. Not that it can replace modern medicine.
No. That kind of thing works better than you think.
Okay. Date over. Back to the manor? Yes, back to the manor. Thank you for today. I'm so stuffed from all those tasty dishes.
Good to hear. By the way, I have one big favor to ask you.
What is it? I took a step back, noticing his playful smile was missing.
Would you mind giving me your Iroha flower? I just want to see what it's made of.
Oh, it's supposed to be a symbol though, right? Of choosing a man, like, to be your husband for, like, the ladies of the white. Now he's like, I want to study it. Can you just give it to me? Like, it's more symbolism for her though. Huh? Oh, sure. I took the flower off my cap. Oh, here you go. Oh, we got another CG. We eating good today. Oh, okay. You sly little devil. You're just sneaking in a little hug, a little kiss on the forehead. Something touched my forehead. Just waited till she was distracted. Took me a second to realize it was his lips. I was too overwhelmed to say anything.
I just had to.
Huh?
What a relief. You didn't cry or try to fight back.
What did you...
I asked you out on a date today.
You had no idea, did you? What, you didn't call it a date. You just like, yeah, let me just take you out for dinner to thank you for the water. All right. Did made it sound like an obligation. a date? But you said it was a dinner to thank me.
That was just an excuse.
A date, which means he likes me? Finally, we get some confirmation. No more misunderstandings. I felt dizzy. My head was spinning and I couldn't seem to move a muscle. A date? That was a date? Oh no, you're gonna break down here.
That newspaper article made you and Nagusa seem like an item.
Don't believe that article. That's all a complete misunderstanding.
Well, have you found anyone yet? You aren't considering Lord Fuso, are you? I've no doubt he's a fine, respectable man, but
he'd keel over any moment. Well...
So who is the most important man to you?
I didn't expect his question to come back like this. Unable to answer, I looked at him seriously. Are you asking as the deputy director of the Koroware? Or is it a personal question?
Like I said earlier, I'm off work right now.
Don't tell Akaza. This is between us. I'm not sure what to say. You must confess, Byakuya. Won't you accept my answer that everyone is important to me?
No, Kuroba, no. So you plan on marrying and having intercourse with everyone?
That's not what I meant. Why do I have to tell you who the most important one is?
You know, you're right.
Well, see ya. No, don't let it end off like that. Huh? You turned around so suddenly that I instinctively grabbed his vest. No, you don't. You're not walking off with that tone. Wait. I thought we were on a date. You're just gonna end it like that and on this note?
If you have something to tell me, I'm all ears.
He's so crafty.
I'm just joking. Don't give me that look.
Just go already. Get back to your research.
Just so you know, I'm happy when we went out today, but I understand my position. I couldn't move again. Akaza and Riku are of respectable colors, but I'm from the abominable black. You've heard people say that they'd rather die than be painted in black, right? For me to even think of standing next to you really does mean marching up to the guillotine.
But he's still approaching you. He still likes you. You gotta reciprocate the feeling, Byakuya.
The law states that those of the black class can only marry among their own, or of those of Yomi's Versi class. Fortunately for me, I'm not forced to marry like the guys on the surface. After all, there's no need to preserve my color class. Which is why I could use my research as a reason to avoid marriage. I've been an adult a bit longer than you, and my profession's taught me to think objectively. For example, if we were to mate, what color traits do you think our child would exhibit?
do you wanna experiment, Kuroba? Let's try right now. No. I mean, it should be like. It seems like all the women of the white always have like white children, right? Like they all give birth to white girls. But maybe we don't know because like the black class is like kind of a new class. All right, let's experiment, Kuroba.
Research paper shows that women of the white from Tenyu Island only bear children of the white. But you never really know.
Yeah, what if we had someone of a different color class, the black class? Would they treat that child poorly, even though it's Byakuya's child?
So I thought I'd stop at just flirting with you, but I just can't keep myself from touching you.
He reached out and touched my hair with his fingers. The feeling sent a jolt throughout my body. I didn't know you felt that way about me. The scent of gardenias was stronger than usual. Alright, we have entry for gardenia, a plant whose fruit is used by herbalists in making medicine. It is known for its white flowers. Alright, this is like symbolic. I felt intoxicated by its sweet smell. You marching up to the guillotine? I would never let that happen, ever. Nope. Blushing, oh. I was told I could choose anyone from any color class. Yeah, they only restricted, like, criminals. So no one can tell me otherwise. The most important man to me is the person standing in front of me now. So, if you don't mind, I'd like to go out on a date again. Oh, going back to the kissy.
Thank you.
Oh. His lips felt much warmer than the first time. Maybe it was just me. In fact, my whole body felt warm.
How about we go to the beach tomorrow? What time will you be done with your deliveries?
As long as there aren't too many to deliver, I should be done around noon.
Then I hope you don't get too many. Well, I'll see you at the same place, around 2.
I'll be waiting. Yay, we get a second date. Aw.
Good night.
Hope Doma's just not watching from the window or something. You better not have some words for us. He waved his hand with a smile on his face and walked off a bit more slowly than usual. A date. I had a date. Hopefully this does not show up in the newspaper as some slanderous article. Daifuku! Daifuku, are you awake?
Hime? What's the matter?
Daifuku was curled up in a ball in his cage, but he quickly sprang up and scurried towards me. I finally found my future husband. Aw, he's a haw. Well, found is a strange way to word it. It's more like he was in front of me all along.
Are you referring to Lord Kuroba?
I'm going out on a date with him again tomorrow. Wait, I got that wrong. I thought tonight was just a dinner, but it was actually a date.
This is wonderful news.
I'll bring you to see him again next time. I need to take a bath now, so sorry for waking you up. I went out on a date. More than just a date, he also gave you a little smooch on the forehead. Ah! Now you're gonna be embarrassed about it. It's sunken. Plenty of people came to visit Doma's manor, but at night the place was eerily silent. It was slightly embarrassing to hear my giddy scream echo in the quiet night air. Another date tomorrow. I stepped out into the balcony to cool down, but my body was only getting hotter by the second. Lady Amaterasu, is he? Kuroba is my soulmate, isn't he? Alright. Next chapter, sunlight and darkness. Alright, maybe they'll be like the other half of her soul. That's a nice compliment. It's kind of like yin and yang. Just like black and white, just complimenting each other. Alright. I want to keep going, but this was a long chapter. We ate good tonight with the CGs, so I'm very eager to continue this romance. Alright, well, we should probably be with him soon because it looks like there's not that many letters to deliver. Alright, anywho, you big guys are having a fun and relaxing time, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.